angle. But we're just looking for those flashes of yellow. Oh, there's one, a spotted eagle. Rain roof a little bit in the way too. Hanging from the nest. The other one watching on carefully. Cleaning its beak on the branch. Constructing some very impressive hanging basket nests. So you can see they've kind of stripped all of the leaves off of that particular branch coming down to the nest. Just like we saw that one doing yesterday. So the immediate surrounds, they are known to strip the leaves off of the branches close to the nest, but it's particularly common if you find more than one nest on one particular buffalo thorn or tree. They'll strip the leaves off of that one, so the colonial nesting sites are often stripped of leaves. And now they're all gone. So that nest that we were looking at yesterday is that one that's hanging on the left-hand side. So this is a new nest on the right-hand side that's being constructed. Both still nice and green. And definitely haven't had a chance to go brown yet. And that's just a matter of time. It's just that over time the grass is slowly dying, the grass blade that has been snapped off to construct the nest. That one is starting to go brown just on the top. The bottom is still quite green. Wow. That is so cool. Completely disappeared into the nest and back out again. So it's almost like they're laying the final groundwork, closing up all of those little holes inside, making sure nothing will fall through, making sure it is absolutely perfect. Wow. Such beautiful birds. Rupert the bear, that's a very cool name. Different bird species competing with each other would, I suppose, depend on what birds you're looking at. If it's raptors, they actually tend to fight. So they will actively fight with each other. They can attack each other in flight or over carcasses. They use their claws or their talons. They use their beaks. There's a lot of shrieking and vocalizations. And so that's how they would compete. If you're looking at smaller birds, it would probably be... Also, I suppose you can have physical altercations, but maybe not quite on the scale of the raptors. So if you had another small bird here interfering with these weavers, or even two weavers competing against each other, although I know you asked for different species, they fly around each other, they kind of bash into each other mid-flight, they can nip each other with the beak, they can try and scratch each other with their claws, but ultimately the smaller birds, it's a lot more graceful. Because they're smaller, they can make quicker movements, and so they just tend to irritate each other in flight. But they try and eliminate this competition from the beginning by advertising that that is their spot. So that would be done by a lot of intense vocalizations and sometimes even physical displays. But if it does get to the point of competition, it's normally a fight of sorts to try and intimidate each other out of the way. I don't know if you've ever seen birds fighting in mid-flight, but it is absolutely incredible, particularly some of the raptors. And that'll even happen between two males fighting over a female or fighting over food. It can happen from the same species or across different species. But little birds is often more mesmerizing to watch. Big birds is a bit scary. It's tense. You feel nervous watching it. Little birds, it kind of almost looks like they're dancing around each other in flight, because it's obviously smaller birds, smaller weaponry, if you could call it that, smaller defense mechanisms, but much faster movement. So it's like two fairies dancing around each other in flight with a lot of vocalizations, just to try and chase each other off. If it's aquatic birds, they can actually also get quite quite tough. Egyptian geese are very well known for attacking other birds and even holding them underwater. They do that a lot within the species as well, if there's competition between two males or kicking out an old member of the family or anything like that. But they can do it to other birds as well.